Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Wars! Today we're doing John McClane versus Indiana Jones.
But first, we want to do the call to action for next week. The next argument's going to be Voldemort versus Gandalf. Let us know who you think's going to win.
Zap, zap.
But also, make sure to join us on facebook.wackygamer.com where you can suggest the next Nerd Wars. All right, so the users, 70% of them.
70% said John McClane is going to win.
And they're wrong. It's okay. My name is Reitman. It's cool. I'm always right. That's how it works. Indiana Jones is definitely going to win this one.
That is just...
Indiana Jones basically resisted the power of God. The Ark of the Covenant was opened. Indiana Jones basically fought through that stuff, watched Nazis die left and right, came out of it okay.
That's the thing. He watched Nazis die.
Because he's smart. He doesn't need to fight.
John McClane fought the Nazis and almost beat Barack Obama in the 2008 elections.
You're going to switch it to John McClane.
Who are we doing?
John McClane from Die Hard.
Oh, this is going to be so much easier. John McClane would kick Indiana Jones' butt. John McClane killed a whole skyscraper full of terrorists. He didn't have to watch a magic
And the
box
most baddest elf terrorist they had, I'm not talking about Hans the Boss, was basically Fabio with a machine gun.
Fabio with a machine gun
Was not at all
handsome
not all
and
frightening.
Intimidating. He's intimidating because he makes you question your sexuality.
You basically take John McClane, John McClane, out of any kind of building environment. He's done.
No way.
He's done.
No way.
You put him in the jungle, he's screwed.
Oh, really? Well, I'm just going to have to mention Die Hard 3, where he's driving all over the streets in New York City. He's not in any building during that movie.
It's all an urban environment.
Who
Good luck in
cares?
the jungle. John McClane would be faced with a tree and be like, what is this foreign object? Meanwhile, Indy's fighting aliens.
Yeah.
He's fighting off aliens.
Exactly. Indiana Jones fights fictitious people like aliens, Nazis, and God.
Nazis weren't fake.
Whereas John McClane fights real people, the real enemy, terrorists.
Yeah, but he
just like
teamed up
John McCain
with Sarah Palin, and that shows how good his judgment is.
Yeah.
You know what else shows how good his judgment is? His wife left him for Ashton Kutcher.
Why you gotta bring that into it?
I'm not even sure Demi Moore is a woman. Let's start off there.
All right, I'm just gonna bring this up.
This is Demi Moore.
Indiana Jones married a Wookiee. Blam.
What?
You heard me.
Where?
In the Star Wars movies, those.
He did not marry a Wookiee.
He
had a heterosexual life mate. He had a heterosexual life mate.
Nope. That was a gay relationship.
Dude, Indiana Jones almost actually did survive his heart almost being ripped out of his chest.
Yeah, John
Kalima
McClane.
Shakti Day.
John McClane's heart gets ripped out at the beginning of every Die Hard movie by his ex-wife.
That's a good point. Why is she such a bitch?
I don't know. She really is like here's the thing. If you're Mrs. McClane, just take your husband back. He saved your life like 3 times. Just go with it. Just be cool. All right. You know,
and maybe you should get a different haircut than that 80s crap you keep wearing.
Yeah. You think you're so friggin' great. You think you're so great with your shoulder pads and perm.
Indy's girlfriend didn't age well in the last Indiana Jones movie. Harrison Ford looked a lot better than she did.
It's true.
Marianne kind of looked a little long for the tooth.
Indiana, there's something about Harrison Ford where everybody who's his leading ladies
ends up
age
nasty,
really bad.
Like Carrie Fisher. Yeah, that's a good point.
Fisher.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher almost looks like a dude now too.
Oh, I wouldn't want to see her in that Princess Leia bikini. Not anymore.
You got any more points?
Well,
we're gonna call this for Indy, right?
No, we're not. John McClane walks on glass in bare feet. Indiana Jones afraid of snakes.
He's afraid of snakes, but he went up with the guy with the gun and shot him. The guy with the sword and shot him.
Yeah,
totally
he shot a guy with a sword. John McClane shot like 1,000,000 guys with semi-automatic weapons.
Indiana Jones doesn't need to fight. He's smart enough to avoid, and he's like the MacGyver.
Yeah, okay,
of
well,
Nazi killing.
If I had a crappy
MacGyver
puzzle based on the Bible, I'd give it to Indiana Jones.
If you had a Tomb Raider game, you'd give it to Indiana Jones.
I would give it to Indiana Jones, but
if
we're doing a fight.
Call of Duty,
we're doing a fight.
You'd maybe give it to John McClane.
No, you
I guess that's
maybe.
the story.
You wouldn't maybe.
The end of the story. If you're playing a first-person shooter, John McClane would win. If you're playing a puzzle game like Bejeweled,
yeah, until you get to the end of the puzzle game where the enemy is John McClane, who shoots Indiana Jones right in the face.
Remember, Han shot first.
Hans.
End of discussion.
No. John McClane killed a guy named Hans. didn't want to bring that up.
Hans.
Hans.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
What cool lines does Indiana Jones have? He doesn't have a yippee-ki-yay. Indiana Jones has lines like, oh, jeez, it sure is hard being me. Like,
no, see, the funny thing about Indiana Jones is all the quotes I remember are other people's quotes.
Exactly.
Like, you throw me the idol, I throw you the whip.
There you go.
Or Dr. Jones, no more parachute.
There you go. That's the thing. Indiana Jones is like second runner in his own movies.
He's a badass.
John McClane, you name another character in a John McClane movie.
Not once in Die Hard did they have an adorable gopher. That's all I'm saying. Indiana Jones wins.
Time out. Adorable gopher, Die Hard 2, the guy who's driving in the cab driver. Die Hard 1, Carl Winslow from Family Matters. It's a rare condition in this day and age.
John McClane needed a guy from a shitty 90s sitcom to save his ass.
Don't you dare say that Family Matters was a shitty sitcom.